Next, I'm going to start on the area that has the least amount of hair so that he can kind of get used to it, and then we'll work into the sections that are a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. It's typically always kind of this area on this service. So I'm just going to start here, and we're going to apply against the hair growth, passing over our strip several times, letting that sink down in, tangle up the hair really good. At the end of our strip, we're going to pull past, let it sink, and flick fast. Let it ribbon, and at the end, quick and pressure at the end. So we'll just start working down. At the beginning of your strip, you want to make sure it's tangled in really good, especially on thicker hair, so that you have a nice productive pull. Passing over, tangling up that hair, and just pass over several times. At the end, make sure to pull past, flick fast, let it ribbon. Same thing. Pressure, flick fast. And just clean up any sugar left behind. Perfect. I'm going to keep working my way down, paying attention to the hair growth. The hair growth changes quite a bit. The patterns do throughout this service, so just make sure you're paying attention to that, changing direction when necessary to avoid breakage and to get a nice clean pull. And if you have hair left behind, you can go back and clean that up. Just do the twirl and flick method, and then continue working down. So for the guys, a lot of guys say the stomach area is the most sensitive, or up in the chest area where the hair is a little bit fuller. So make sure you commit to your pulls and apply that pressure after to take out some of the sting. And you'll notice how I kind of fix my ball after most of my flicks. That will help you keep control throughout the service. Just gonna go back in, clean up the few that get left behind. We always like to tuck the towel in so that they don't get any sugar powder or anything like that on their clothes throughout the service. And since his hair is mainly growing this way, I'm just gonna clean up this side of the belly button. Make sure it's tangled in really well. Again, this just make sure you have productive pulls and you don't have to go over an area too many times. Just gonna go back in and clean up. Perfect. I'm gonna add some powder. This keeps the skin dry throughout the service and helps so that the sugar doesn't stick to the skin too much. So this hair kind of changes a little bit, so I'm going to come up and across it. You can always work perpendicular to hair that is long enough. But since it kind of shifts direction, we're going to work up. With fast pressure. That pressure before the pull lets the sugar sink into the hair and into the skin a little bit to really wrap around the entire strand of hair and pull out nice and clean. Perfect. So here the hair direction usually changes to up, so I'm just going to clean up this side and then I'm going to change directions sometimes, which I'll probably do the other side and just kind of leave the stomach strip and then take care of that once I have both sides cleaned up. Just going in, smaller sections in this area. I'm gonna go ahead actually and do this section here. Tangling that up good. pressure and a quick flick. Got some in your belly button. All right. So I'm going to continue working up the midline. And since the direction of the hair growth is down, I'm applying up, and then I'll be flicking straight down. Pull past, flick fast. Again, just come back in and clean up if you need to. Perfect. You can stop for a second.